Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have something new for you guys, more Klein, but something new to me. The Klein 11-in-1 impact rated ratcheting screwdriver and nut driver. This is going to get me into the Klein Knect System, which I'm already expanding with. We're going to do a separate video on this, but I'll show you how things work together. This is pretty interesting. It's an interesting new take on the 11-in-1, kind of the industry standard driver, one tool option, cheap, plentiful, they're all over the place. But this one has a lot of cool features. You may have noticed that with all these black powder coated bits, or whatever you want to call them, coated bits, they are all impact rated. So we'll pull one out here, stick it on my impact, and you're ready to go. It has the conventional flip bit. Do it on camera there. Even just in the 3/8 side here, it has 4 separate bits. And you've probably seen how these work. There's a lot of videos on here now, but like I said, this is new to me, and it's a really cool idea. Really cool take on a classic design. Some pretty robust nut driver or nut setters. They're not magnetic, so if that doesn't bother you. But I'm going to show you later how you can modify this thing several different ways to suit your needs better. Let's talk about, since this is a ratcheting driver, this is right next to the standard 11-in-1 impact rated driver, which is about 20 bucks, $21, something like that. This one's $29, $30 at Lowe's or on Amazon. And that price bump gets you a pretty smooth ratcheting mechanism. Some other reviewers have pointed out that it is nice to have the whole head up here to spin to get things started. I'm still getting used to doing it one-handed. My first impression was when I got it out of the box that this mechanism is a little bit tricky to use. The plastic is a little bit slippery, and I feel like they could have made these little raised, nubs or whatever a little bit higher so you can get more grip on it while you're using it. And I did wipe everything down to get all that machine oil off of there, hoping maybe that would help, but I think it's just the plastic. So maybe not the easiest one to change with one hand, but really there are quite a few out there that are like that. That's not really a unique design flaw. And this one uses the standard, you turn the mechanism to the left, and then you're in tightening mode. You turn it to the right, and you're in loosening mode. That's kind of what we've all been used to. Yes, that design can be improved upon, and I do really appreciate it when companies try to do that, but, we've put up with it so far, and it doesn't really bother me that much. That's what I'm used to. You can see it's like that on this Husky, too. We're going to talk about that one a little bit later. So what capabilities does this give you over just a regular 11-in-1 driver? Here's some cool features. You notice that I could pull the bits out like this, and that gives you a lot of functionality. But one cool thing is, if we flip around the 3/8 insert, you'll see on here it shows a bit driver. So that will accept any 1-inch bit. One way that I plan to use this is to put an ECX Milwaukee bit in here, because I'm going to be keeping this in my electrical bag. Now I have a ratcheting ECX driver, which I don't think you can even buy from anybody. You'd have to make it yourself. I know that Klein, I don't think, makes one. You can let me know down in the comments, maybe I'm wrong. I'm just getting into a lot of this Klein stuff. Now that they're coming out with new, more innovative designs, it really catches my attention. So that's one big feature, and that is magnetic, but it doesn't pass, see if I can show it here. It doesn't pass the magnetism onto your bits. So that's one downside. One other cool thing is, if you don't want to run that, let's say you want to run a standard bit driver in this to have more of a slim profile. Look at how slim that screwdriver is for a bit holding screwdriver that is magnetic. if you use like a Shockwave Milwaukee bit holder, and you can still flip it around, and you have the 5/16 with the double-sided bits in that holder, so you can modify it any way you want as long as it fits down inside of this handle. We'll talk about this later too, because that handle is what makes it part of the Klein Knect System. I've seen other guys show that you can run your Malco flip bits in there. I'm still a big fan of these Malco bits, especially to run in my Impact. Maybe it would be nice to have it in here. Honestly, you could even then switch it out and keep the 3/8 on this side. Fits down in there nice. Let's say you don't need extra flip sockets. One cool thing is, if you have any 3/8 adapter like the Shockwave one, it also fits down in there. Not much rattle, even compared to some 11-in-1s. Actually, that one's pretty good. You know, if you get one that's really rattly, it probably would bother you. What else can you do with this? I did notice that you can take the 3-inch flip socket extension that they offer with different kits. I have it in my 8-in-1 stubby. That fits in there nice. This has a good ball detent retention in there, and it's like it's designed to work with impact rated bits. You know, sometimes you put impact rated bits in what you call a bit holder, and you have a lot of wobble back and forth. You don't get that with this. Let's try it, see if we can even put a bit in here and then flip this all around. Yeah, pretty good. Same amount of rattle. So now you have 2 bit drivers plus the 3/8 plus the 1/4-inch 5/16, and they're magnetic. Flip this back around, trying to do this all on camera. And if you pull this down, you have magnetic nut drivers. Pretty cool design from them. If you didn't want that in there, let's see if a regular 3-inch bit will work in there. So now you have, this is kind of the length of their old impact rated ratcheting driver, except it seems like it has a much nicer mechanism on this new design. So any 3-inch bit will fit in there. One thing I was thinking is, if you're setting this up for electrical work and you want to have this end be like a trim screwdriver, you could put, you know, a 3/16 flat bit in there. I didn't have one to show you, but that might make it, it actually makes it a little bit lighter, which would be nice. That's one thing you notice right away when you pick this up, is the weight of it. Even compared to the 14-in-1 adjustable screwdriver, which has a much larger handle and has the extendable blade, this has got some weight to it. I looked it up, and it, the most accurate information I could find, anyway, the most accurate information I could find is that this weighs 9.6 ounces on its own. That's like the weight of a full-size, like a big multi-tool, like the Leatherman Surge or maybe a Super Tool 300, right around that range. The only other ratcheting driver I have that's heavier than that is this Husky, which is made by, it's kind of a design shared with, was it not Mega Pro, but Pro Tools. Pretty cool design, but very heavy. Put this off to the side. Very heavy. But yeah, this driver is worth checking out. Is it necessarily worth 3 times the price? Now, I think these are $15. When I bought this, it was like 10 or 11. This one, like I said, it's about $30. Is this worth 3 times the price? That's something you'd have to ask yourself. Maybe ask yourself, is the conventional 11-in-1 impact driver, is that worth, you know, only $5 more than this now? And is this worth twice the price of what these are now? Because they're all in the same display at Lowe's. I do like it has a nice smooth ratcheting mechanism. It feels like low back drag, you know, kind of sound like last best tool. But that is something you immediately notice. And I could even hear it in some of the other reviewers' videos, and that's what drew it to me. Well, really for me, what adds the value is the compatibility with their Knect system. This is considered their what is it? I think it says on here. No, maybe not. It works with their S drive compatibility. And so I was able to get the Klein Knect starter kit. And then I have 2 different handles that work with this system. I'll just show you really quick. I am going to do a full video on this. But these pass-through sockets fit in this ratcheting driver. You can even do it with the extension. Probably a better way to do it, especially if you have to reach down in somewhere. Everything's new, so these spring clips. Trying to work this new spring clip in. Now I have the capability to have a full range of hollow, maybe not completely pass through, but hollow nut drivers on a ratcheting handle if I want. And I'll show you in the full video on this how this works with everything. A lot of nice options. And between this tool and this, it's a good way to get into this system. You know, if you're not worried about having the ratcheting handle, then maybe you'll be fine with the standard one that comes with it. It's a little bit lighter, which is nice. Maybe not quite as heavy duty or as premium feeling, but that's something that you'd have to decide. Maybe it's more important to have the ratchet to you. But a lot of cool capability in this tool. I'm really glad that I got this finally. I've been watching so many videos, seen it so many times being shown off, and I can see what all the hype is about. It's been out for about a year, and I'm finally getting into this. It took me a while to decide, but like I said, definitely glad I got into this. I've been on a Klein Tools kick lately just because they've come out with so many cool designs, innovative things, you know. There for a while they were having some quality control issues, like some of these old handles. The rubber feels like it wants to separate, and sometimes it would even spin. But it seems like they've got a lot of that figured out, and their quality control is a lot better. Definitely check it out. If you're in Lowe's, you know, get your hands on it and see what it's all about. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I might be excited to show you more about the Klein Knect system in the next one.